So many movies, no time to watch them all. But Twig wants to see them, so we gave Twig a call. Now they're bringing on the friends, and together they will view these. So sit back and relax. It's Twigs Missing Movies.
Hello, welcome to Twigs Missing Movies, a show dedicated to watching the movies that Twig inexplicably hasn't seen. I'm your host, Drafrig, and here's your cinematically clueless crow, Corvus Twig.
Hello, everybody. It's January.
Happy New Year!
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody!
Our first episode of 2025. A year
My God.
in which I'm sure nothing bad will happen, and we'll be
Knocking on so much wood right now.
Yeah, so much wood. We're practically woodpeckers right now.
I mean, my beak has changed just to fit how much wood I've knocked on. That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound great. Yeah, no, that doesn't sound good at all.
Yeah.
Phrasing is, that was awful.
But you know what? I'm trying to go into this year with good optimism. Been working out, and my legs hurt because working out, I mean, I'm always trying to do squats, I'm going to do some squats right now. Using doing some squats.
Don't hurt yourself. We have things to talk about.
Yeah, we do have things.
I don't want you to be with it. I
But,
mean, so I always avoid the first 2 weeks of the gym back in January.
Yeah, it's been busy.
For two reasons. One, it's busy, but two, people are coming back from all their vacations with illnesses out the ass, right? And it usually takes 1 to 2 weeks for that shit to clear. I mean, this week alone in my job, there was like half the office just coughing and hacking, and it was sending me into spirals, man.
Yeah.
Spirals.
This was the first New Year's Eve in several years where neither me or my girlfriend was sick. Because it's like, hey, Christmas gatherings, and then we get sick from somebody who brought the plague to Christmas, and then we're sick on New Year's Eve, and
that's awful. I'm sorry, but I'm glad that this year was different.
Yeah, it was
you guys weren't sick.
Well, here's the problem: is that we were offered to spend the night at the people's place, and we were gone. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. I can consume intoxicating substances, and I did. And then it got to like 12:45, and I'm like, all right, we're going to go to bed because tired. But then apparently there was like 5 people who decided the party should keep going till 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're making a lot of noise. And yeah.
It's okay. My New Year's Eve consisted of everyone slopping off their champagne flutes to me. So I had 6 flutes of champagne, and then afterwards my dad was like, let's play a drinking game, and I was like, I guess we're doing that. And between the hour of 2:30 and 3 o'clock, I'm pretty sure I exited the universe. And I remember some of what I did, but when I woke up I had basically just been spamming Discord servers, like trying to talk to people.
Yeah,
I don't recommend that. It was kind of like a teleporty event. Like those scenes in movies, where heroes are like going between dimensions or something like that very quickly. They see like glimpses of it. That's basically what my fucking thing was. I would gladly trade my night for your night. A little nuisance is nothing. Spamming 18 Discords with emojis trying to communicate.
That's a lot of emojis. But
when it did spawn, our best meme yet, with the Bob G. I don't know if you saw Bob G.
I saw Bob G.
Bob G.
Is that really a meme?
It is. I mean, it kind of is.
I suppose it's become a meme within the Dragon servers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Remember, kids, if it's not a repeated format, it's not a meme. It's just a funny picture.
I mean, well, a meme's a thought, and any thought is technically a meme. It actually trips me out.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose the idea that we should have channels for posting images that make us laugh is in of itself mimetic, so,
I mean, even this show, right? We talk about our thoughts on movies. It's mimetic. It's a meme.
Yeah, you insulting me every episode, that's mimetic.
That's mimetic.
Yeah.
You ranking cherished and beloved movies lower than they should be, that is also mimetic. That's a meme. Gotta be.
Look, this is a show about my opinions. My opinions are what
I
was on the
know.
list. So I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry.
Sorry that I'm sticking to the format of the show.
I know you love Major Payne, but I didn't like it.
I can't believe you've done this.
Look, sometimes when people pick a movie, it's going to be a gamble.
And man, today we're going gambling, Twig.
We're going gambling.
We're going gambling.
We're heading over to the home of Bentai, Las Vegas, Nevada, and well,
watching a movie that is probably one of, I think, kind of like a hidden gem. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. Like, in that I have watched it many times. I have watched it once or twice, and that's it. But this movie, guys, is Casino, Martin Scorsese film, released on November 14th, 1995 in New York as a premiere. It was really released on November 22nd to the rest of the USA, and then on March 13th in France, and from there it just went worldwide. It's a Martin Scorsese film. It was a box office hit. It had quote unquote mixed reviews at launch, at premiere, or debut, whatever you want to call it. But honestly, it sits pretty now at like 7 to 8 out of 10. And in the score of movies that came out in 1994, right? We've talked about how busy of a year 1994 was for movies, right? Yeah. The fact that it has an 8 out of 10 and has it earned $116 million on a budget of only $40 to $50 million. The true number's never really known.
God, that budget in box office is so low compared to today's numbers.
Oh, it's insane. Like we talked about it before. You think about movies that were made in the 90s, and they were good movies, right? But they had like 1/100th of the cost of a lot of movies now, and you're like, how did they do it? You know, it's CGI. It's expensive.
Yeah. Well, fortunately, we've got AI that's going to take care of all of that for us going forward.
Camera, can you guys turn off for a second? I gotta kill someone real quick.
Look, I know how to ruffle your feathers, and
nothing gets me angrier than AI. It's just at this point. No, that's not true. There's a lot that gets me angry.
Hey, go watch a video, Some More News on YouTube. It's a great
I love
YouTube
Some
channel,
More News.
And they
okay,
just did
back to topic.
An episode on AI. Go listen to it. Okay,
moving on. Back to topic. It is a star-studded cast of, obviously, Robert De Niro, no shit, Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci, Don Rickles, Kevin Pollak, James Wood, and Frank Vincent. It went on to earn Sharon Stone a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a Drama and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actress.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did you say Joe Pesci?
Yeah, Joe Pesci.
It's Joe Pesci.
I'm killing someone. Anyway, Joe Pesci, but whatever. What do I know of Latin? I only took it for 8 years of my life. Anyway, it is based on Casino, Love and Honor in Las Vegas, which was written by Nicholas Pileggi. And was inspired by a 1980 report from the Las Vegas Sun about a domestic dispute between Frank Rosenthal and his wife, Terry McGee. Unless you know a lot about Las Vegas history, those names probably mean nothing to you. But it did inspire a lot of the events in this film. When Scorsese was approached on the urging of Pileggi, because at this point Scorsese had a notable career in movies, especially of the topic that we're watching, right? It took them about 5 months afterwards. It took a lot of reshaping too. Obviously, they didn't use a whole lot of the true names. They had to change some of the origins. So much so that the story isn't based on a true story. It's adapted from a true story. And what the difference is here, I don't actually know, because when you look at the two words, they're kind of synonyms. In the writing field, they're kind of synonymous.
I mean, there's movies that are based off a true story. Like The Conjuring is based off a true story, and no, none of that shit actually happened.
It's adapted from a true story.
Yeah. Actually,
seems
like pretty much any horror movie that's based off of or adapted from a true story is like 90%.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. I mean, not nothing. A 5-minute movie will not sell, right? Unless it's the Sundance films, and that's
Honestly,
the
I think you
category.
could make a pretty good movie based off of the Amityville horror that's all about what actually happened and the family like faking like the whole story behind the family faking the haunting is actually pretty fascinating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're here to discuss.
We're here to discuss Casino.
And this is Casan. Is this because
By
I said pesky?
yes. Well, okay, there's also a big debate over how to properly pronounce still Marty's last name. It's
Rosenthal?
is it Scorsese or Scorsese? And apparently he says it's Scorsese.
Okay, well, someone can be wrong about their own name. It's true.
Yeah, I
I
mean
said it.
your
And
name
I'm
is
the best
pronounced
source.
your name is pronounced Ray Fredgag.
It's true. I have so many clips of people mispronouncing my name, and obviously they are all right. Uh, but okay, my last fact before we get into more discussion about this, right, is that this was shot almost entirely outside of the Landmark Hotel in Las Vegas, which is a now defunct hotel, as far as I remember, and never actually had any built set pieces except for the scene that you'll see, and I'll point it out to you when we watch it, which took 3 shots to film.
Hmm.
Um, that that is how they managed to make this budget go, and how they managed to get so many big stars into the movie. They were just like, we don't actually have to build a set, guys. We just go film downtown Las Vegas. No one can stop us because it's technically public property
Interesting.
where we're shooting. Um, yeah, no, it's a remarkable film. It's beloved by many. Obviously, this is one of Bentai's picks for a reason, which we'll probably have to discuss and ask him about because there's a lot of Martin Scorsese films out there, all notably long, sometimes with what I would consider to be unnecessary parts in them.
If there's any movie of his that I just don't want to see, it's probably The Irishman because I hear it's over 3.5. It's like, oh,
It is 3.5 hours, but my God, is it good? I love The Irishman. It's a great movie. Okay, with that out of the way, Twig, why haven't you seen this movie?
that's a good question. I mean, Scorsese is one of those directors where I've seen a good number of his films, and I have generally enjoyed them. I mean, obviously, this is a movie that follows Goodfellas, which
Yeah,
widely considered to be his best movie. I mean, obviously, that opinion differs from person to person,
it's
but I would say
subjective.
it's generally considered to be his best movie. And this
Widely
was his
considered to be
follow-up.
his best movie. Yeah.
But then there's other films of him that I did not care for. I thought Wolf of Wall Street was not that good. But I don't know. I guess this kind of past, what I'm really shocked is I didn't see this movie when I was in high school because it's exactly the kind of movie where it's just like high school boys want to see a cool gangster film. And
Oh yeah.
so, I mean, why I haven't seen this one? This is actually one that's kind of a big mystery as to why I haven't seen it.
You have like no reasonable explanation.
Yeah, I don't really have a reasonable explanation, and it's just always been one of those movies that's been on my radar. Like, oh God, I need to see that movie. And I would put it in like my list of like movies that I hadn't seen that I wanted to see the most. So I'm looking forward to checking it out.
I'm excited for you then because like I mean if you like um other mob films by him, you're gonna like this one. That's what I would say.
And I'm not super big on mob movies, to be honest, but give them a shot.
I mean, you gotta open up horizons.
Yeah.
I mean, what is your favorite film by Scorsese, if you have one?
I don't know. I probably would just go with the boring answer and say Goodfellas, but I did actually really like The Departed. I thought The Departed was really fun. But yeah, I guess.
Departed. That's a good one. That's the one I haven't seen in a while. I should rewatch that.
Yeah, I remember really liking it when I first saw it. But I mean, Goodfellas is iconic. It's like I think Goodfellas is better than either of the Godfather movies. Which controversial take, I know, and I like the Godfather movies. But yeah,
It's a solid movie. Have you seen The Aviator?
I have not seen The Aviator. Um,
It's an
Gangs of New York is also probably the other big one, and Raging Bull and Taxi Driver are the big ones I have not seen.
I'm watching it. I mean, we'll have to add it to the list, but it's The Aviator is a good movie. I think
It's
you would.
on the list. Yeah, in fact, I have it on the I
Oh,
have.
oh,
If you're ever
I
looking
don't.
to do a movie on this list on my thing, I have a column for notable directors, and one of them is Old Marty, and
Yeah,
so you can see
for sure.
the many movies of his I have not seen.
I gotta say, I'm quite interested to see how you like this movie because it's enough. It's enough. All right.
But what do I know?
What do you know? What do you know about this film, Twig?
Well, I do know that it takes place like it's a period piece, takes place in the 1970s. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Robert De Niro is the main character,
Of course. No shit.
and I know that it has to do with the kind of the end of the mob rule in Las Vegas. Because, Vegas built as a mob town, and, you know, that isn't so. It's it's owned by legal mobsters now, as we call them, private equity interests.
Mhm.
It's owned by people who, you know, Vegas is obviously still an entirely corrupt town, but it's different now. And I think this is the
No,
end of
it's just different. It's not entirely it's just different. It's safer?
it's legally corrupt now. And yes, Vegas is definitely safer than it used to be. But look, I'm sure Bentai has a lot of opinions on that. But in terms of the actual details of the plot, I really don't know that much. I don't know who Robert De Niro's character is. I don't know who Joe Pesci's character is. I don't know who. Wait, did we say Sharon Stone?
Sharon Stone.
Sharon Stone. Okay, cool. Because that's who we see on the poster right there.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
That is indeed Sharon Stone.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think that was James Woods, so fuck that guy. But
Yeah, fuck him. Topical this week. Fuck him in particular.
and his house burned down, so yay.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I guess that's really what I know. I mean, I know it's about mob-run casinos, and but yeah. Other than that, I don't know what the actual plot is, which could be tricky because it's a 3-hour-long movie, so we'll see where it goes.
Is plot like story?
Yeah, plot, story.
Right. Yeah. I got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right. So, what are your predictions for the film?
Okay. I am going to predict. I'm gonna say, okay, so I think one of the ways that the story would be interesting is if Robert De Niro is kind of like a fish out of water. So I'm gonna
Okay.
say, De
Not like a
Niro,
resident,
De
just a
Niro
fish out of water.
is from out of town, and sent in to do mob business. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to predict that. Let's see here. I'm going to predict. Let's see. I got some okay. We got to do some. I just put these there because it just fills space because it messes up the bullet points if I don't. I'm going to okay. End of movie things. I'm going to say De Niro's character is arrested at the end, he goes to prison.
Okay.
And because it's a Scorsese movie, I'm gonna say Pesci's character is killed because what would a Scorsese movie be without Joe Pesci taking a bullet to the head? I'm not saying he dies by bullet to the head, but
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, come on, it's
Joe Pesci. It's
Joe Pesci.
It's a Scorsese film.
I mean, the question is how similar is Pesci's character in this movie going to be to his character in Goodfellas? I'm guessing he's going to be a hothead, but not as much of a hothead. I mean, he was a total psychopath in Goodfellas. I think he's going to be a little bit more measured.
He does hothead. He does psycho really well.
I mean, yeah. I mean, obviously, the most hot we ever saw his head was when he opened the door in Home Alone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure,
yeah. I mean, uh,
absolutely, just the hottest head.
God, Joe Pesci was so perfect in that role.
He was amazing though.
Yeah, and Daniel Stern was the perfect, like, I mean, yeah, he was like the perfect
The
straight
foil, he
man.
was
Yeah. Oh,
perfect foil and straight
those
man.
two,
Yeah,
those two were just so
it was good.
perfect.
It's just good. It
So
just
good, so
works.
good,
It
so
just
good.
works.
Um, I'm going to say that I'm going to make a prediction because I've seen this happen in several other Scorsese movies. Movie takes place over the course of many years. I'm going to predict that. That it's not going to be like a movie that takes place in like a week or so. I'm going to say that this is like similar to Goodfellas, where it's just like it's showing like things are good at the beginning, then things start to go wrong, and then
Yeah.
things fall apart.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Like every mob movie.
yeah, yeah. So movie takes place over the course of many years. I think it's a good prediction. Sharon Stone's character. Who is she? I'm gonna say that Sharon Stone is related to mobsters in Vegas and is De Niro love interest. Okay.
Okay.
I suppose that's kind of two different predictions, but that's just kind of says who she is and what her role in the movie is. And oh God, it's just like so much can happen in this movie. It's just like I'm not making a lot of predictions about the plot, so I feel like I need a good plot.
Yeah, you're just making like some factual statements of the movie itself, but nothing of what's going on in the movie, I feel like.
I'm going to say that like there's a big crime heist goes horribly wrong. Lots of people die and government forced to get involved. And now my text is too big. So we're just gonna shrink that down so that can all fit in there. So I mean, okay, this is it's tough. It's like what do you predict about a mob movie that isn't just completely obvious? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Big crime heist, God, you know what? I might break some new ground here.
New grounds.
And we're gonna go to a seventh bullet point. We've never done seven
Oh.
bullet points before.
Oh my God! Today, gentlemen, ladies, everything in between. Today we are breaching 7 predictions.
There is a rival crime family, and a war breaks out. And I'm gonna say instead of a big crime heist, a big mob battle. I'm gonna say it's like a battle between the two crime families.
Okay.
That's yeah, it's a lot. But I mean, it's a long movie, so I got a lot of things.
Oh, we have like a few more than a few hours. We have a few hours to get through this.
We got a few hours to get through this, so I think that's about as good as my predictions can be for this particular film. Can I move this up a little bit? Trying to get my... We can't get all the words on, but you know what? Our fans are smart enough. They know what it says up there. They know what it says up there.
Yeah, they got it. They
we
know where they're at. You know where you are. And if you don't know where you are, you're here at Twigs Missing Movies, where Twig, that guy over there, me, Dreyfig, are talking about Casino and why Twig hasn't seen the fuck of the movie. Language. I said those words wrong, but you know what I mean.
Anyway.
Did you just say language at me?
Yeah.
Dude.
Look. We've been recording for over 24 minutes. It's just too long of an intro.
Okay.
I know it's Casino, but so we gotta watch the movie.
We're being Scorsese ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, Twig, I think these are great predictions. And, I mean, there's not much else to say besides go watch the movie.
And when we return, that's exactly what we'll have done.
everybody. We're back in the casinos.
Hi.
We're back. We got the cards. Now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to fire you, Dre. You're incompetent. I can't believe you didn't see the scam I've been running on you this entire time. You're obviously too incompetent to be a co-host here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't care if Bon, pays my bills around here and is gonna strong arm me into keeping you around.
You think Bond pays these bills, huh?
I
think
mean,
Bond pays these bills, huh?
Wow.
It's me. It's me, Corvus. It's me. I'm paying the fucking bills. I'm the one footing the bills. You might be running scams on me, but I'm running scams on you too, you motherfucker.
I mean, Bond makes the art, the best art. Although the funny thing is that you and Croc are also very good artists.
Well, I mean, I'm okay at best.
Yep. I mean, you and me are around the same level. We're competent artists, but we're not to the level of someone like Bond. Yeah, but
I'm competent in art in other ways.
Built on Miku. Yeah, got to get those Miku bucks.
Yeah,
bucks.
yeah. Mickey money's gotta have.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was a long movie.
Yes, it was.
But my limits as a movie fan and my limits as an ADHD person are always met by Scorsese films all the time.
Yeah, it is tough. It is tough.
Halfway through that movie, I was like, all right, I can cut out the last half hour and the next hour and a half, and I'll still know what happened.
Yeah, you really got to admit that third act, like, it kind of really drags. There are some good spots, but it does drag.
Well, so hard.
One of the things that we were talking about in the pre-show is like that I didn't know the plot of this movie, and I still don't.
Just like every other mobster flick, it kind of hits the same notes, So that's kind of
where did we lose you in the?
Well,
in the plot?
okay, I know what the plot was, but it felt like it. Okay, I guess this movie didn't feel like a 3-act structure like so many movies are. I guess, but that's the thing, is that Scorsese is a talented enough filmmaker that he can break the rules of storytelling and still have something that works
and is coherent.
And this movie worked. This movie was coherent. It had good wide cast of characters. Like, I think one of the things that really kept me engaged in this movie is that I was invested in the characters. And I think that I think that is the 100% most important thing in any movie or TV show is I gotta like the characters. Not necessarily think the characters are good people, but I have to be entertained in. Peggy Hill's my go-to example. She's a terrible person, and you hate her, but she's a phenomenal character.
This is going to go into a little bit of a meta conversation, but I think there's been a, I don't want to say ennui, but I want to say like a lack of critical understanding that you can like a character and them be bad or them be problematic, right? But you can still like the character.
Yeah.
Right? If a villain is a good villain, let's just pick right off the top of my head, Joffrey from Game of Thrones. That's an objectively good character.
Oh,
you hate that character the entire time. He's a bastard all the way through.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad for the actor because he did such a great job, and then people didn't know the difference between him not being that character.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like it's like Edward Cullen and Robert Pattinson. That followed him around for near on a decade.
Edward Cullen, not a good character.
Not a good character.
Robert Pattinson,
great actor though.
Robert Pattinson, great actor. I love Robert Pattinson.
He sold you on that character being dull as shit. So much so that people were like, "Yeah, but you only know how to play Edward Cullen."
But he's so. I mean, come on, watch
he's
The Lighthouse and tell me that Robert Pattinson can only play.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I love Robert Pattinson. It took me. I'll admit, it took me until seeing The Lighthouse to get on the Robert Pattinson train, and then going back and watching some of his other films post Twilight, right? For me to go, this man got double dicked by fucking Hollywood and people with his acting skill. I mean,
yeah.
No, liking a bad character means you share all their opinions. Quiet. You're going to summon half of Twitter.
Oh God.
But like I thought De Niro's character was really interesting, where it's just like, yep, he's a mobster, but he has far more interest in being a legitimate businessman
Yeah,
than like if he wasn't tied to the mob, he'd have been a great casino boss.
he really would have been. Yeah, yeah. The way they was sort of like his big thing was, I'm just here to make money and
Yeah.
keep it quiet and keep the skim going.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think something that might get glossed over by a lot of people is that it feels like his character wants to be legitimate so that he can't be tagged for anything that's going on. And then
Yeah.
also somewhere along the way it goes, actually this isn't too bad of a life. I don't want to go back to doing the mob shit. The mob shit was fucking painful.
Mhm.
This,
Yeah.
if I keep it all under tight string and purse, this could be a life.
Yeah.
You know?
And basically his downfall is the two people that he is closest with.
Yep.
Never trust a dame.
Never trust a dame.
And never trust a Joe Pesci.
And
Yeah,
never trust
a
someone who
pesky.
solves all of his problems and your problems with incredible violence.
Yeah,
That's just
it's very pesky. Yeah, when it happens.
Yeah.
very pesky, very pesky.
Very pesky.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nicky was an interesting character because he
Mhm.
wasn't he was violent, but he wasn't as unhinged as he
He was
in
violent when he
Goodfellas.
needed to be.
Yeah. It was kind of like his character in Goodfellas, but a bit more rounded off.
Smarter.
A bit smoother.
Was,
Yeah,
Nicky
smarter.
was
Yeah,
smarter than his character, and
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Still made some very bad decisions.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then there's Sharon Stone's character. Whose name is
Ginger, I think.
Ginger. Yes,
Yeah.
Ginger.
Ginger.
I mean, I think Sharon Stone did a great job acting in this movie,
Mhm.
but she was introduced as this street smart, badass, wise person, and then it felt like she just devolved into like hysterical, like emotionally driven. The way that her character arc went felt very sexist to me.
Admittedly, a lot of it was, I think, she got married and then she kind of still wanted to be, who she was, and Sam or Ace, whatever, he wanted the like button down wife thing, and the two of those really kind of butted heads. But yeah, she was what was reduced to effectively like a hysterical junkie wife, which was not all that great.
Which
Circle junkie trophy wife.
Trophy
I
wife,
would have rather
yeah.
had a thing where like she tries to go into her old life again and like succeeds but gets caught by Ace and then like, faces consequences that way or something.
It
Rather
kind
than
of
just
looks
going
like
back
that,
to, the douchey scumbag card shark guy.
Yeah.
Which it's just like, I don't know. It's just like one of the things is like, I do like how the movie never actually says if she ever sleeps with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I actually kind of liked her line where it was like, just because I'm married doesn't mean, or like something like, this doesn't mean I can't stop caring about people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you did have an old friend and you were just friends, you are still going to try and help out your friend. But she obviously handled it poorly and went about it.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the pimp right now?
Was he a pimp?
Well,
about James Wood's character.
Yeah, he was a pimp. He was her pimp. He's not a good guy. He's not a character that you're supposed to be like, that's a good friend. He used her.
Mm.
He was not just a friend, by the way. He definitely was sleeping with her.
Or at the very least, eating her drugs, I guess.
Like, I'm not gonna bemoan someone's past sex life, right?
Yeah.
But if I was married to someone and like, oh, this pimp, I would also be questioning their loyalty and stuff too.
Yeah. It was definitely an emotional and psychological manipulator. That's for sure.
Oh, for sure.
The way he was talking to the kid,
yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, fucked up. But, he got what was coming to him, kinda.
Sort of.
He got what was coming to him like halfway through the movie, and then when he came back, he didn't really.
No. Got like nothing.
But like, this was a movie that I felt like had a lot of scenes that were like, okay, that's a really great scene, but that scene didn't necessarily move the plot forward. I felt like the first hour of the movie was not so much plot, but just we're setting up the characters, we're setting up scenarios, we're setting up everything. It was like an hour of exposition. But the thing is, it was really well done exposition, and like the scenes did tell you about the characters. Like I really like the whole scene where they're busting the guys who were cheating at the cards.
Right.
Yeah.
Like that scene didn't really involve the plot in any way, but it was great to establish the character
and how they handle
of
things.
Ace. Yeah, and how they handle things. So it's just like it was a great scene for exposition, even though it didn't really have much to do with the overall plot.
Yeah, it was just more of the fluff of the reality of Las Vegas. Really.
And I felt like that was the a lot of the scenes in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, there were reviews saying that effectively the movie is just like a caterpillar; it just moves from A to B. It just, there's no real branching. It's just kind of a straight line. Is effectively how it goes.
It's just a series of things that happen.
Yeah.
And obviously the ending conclusion is that obviously this can't go on forever, and it falls apart for them. But I mean, other than really losing his relationships, things work out kind of okay for Ace in the end.
Yeah, he manages to survive because he still made him money.
Made the money.
Yeah.
And he didn't do anything too stupid. Like he didn't.
Somewhat. He did one really dumb thing.
He didn't cheat his bosses.
No, he did not. No.
He didn't do anything. When I was saying he didn't do anything stupid, I mean he didn't do anything that would stupid that I am going to betray my boss and steal money from him or do anything like that.
Like you would find in a lot of other movies.
Yeah.
Of similar mob, he's not trying to get higher than he is. He's okay where he's at, and he tries to make a point of just being good where he's at.
Yeah, like he had his job and he was trying to be good at his job, and that was all he wanted. I agree.
Same.
Yeah. And now you're muted. I think. Oh,
I muted when I blew my nose, but you two would have still heard it.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. He did not. We heard that trumpet.
We heard that. Yeah. Sorry, buddy.
Well, okay,
Look,
you're right.
It was
firing the idiot official relative was the big thing that really started his downfall. But it's a thing that he did that wasn't stupid. That guy deserves to get fired.
He did.
He didn't play the game with the Vegas commissions, but it's just like... And honestly, when the guy came back in, he should have negotiated something else for that guy to do, but not put him in charge of...
Well, he tried.
If Ace had accepted maybe there's something farther down the line, right? None of what happened at the end of the movie would have happened.
Exactly, yeah.
Right? It was him trying to, I don't know, It's such a hard decision. At some point, you got to play ball. At the same time...
Yeah, he really didn't want to play ball, because even beforehand, he was like, you guys are all, these shit kickers are all, connected. Like, yeah, that's kind of how the game is played out here in Vegas. You don't fuck with a game of control board.
Yeah,
but
I mean, at the same time, he's right. 3 jackpots in less than an hour. You're either too stupid to notice something's up, or you're in on it.
Yep.
And I like how they don't ever say what it was. But
yeah, well, no, but yeah, that's one of the things. Like back in the day, they would, people would go around.
The blueberries equal portions.
Yeah,
I like that bit.
Yeah, one of the hard parts is for slot machines is figuring out how to find the weak ones and how to, exploit it, get in on it to kind of rig the reels.
Which these days, not even possible.
Because now they're all connected to a network, so you actually would have to hack the network itself, the casino, to get access to it.
It was just so
And
disappointing walking through the Vegas casinos, and like every single casino had like the same slot machines,
Uh-huh.
and the way that they are now, these like giant video screens, and it's like
it's all about the dazzling effect. I mean,
yeah.
you know, we make fun of kids for needing to watch Subway Surfers and something else, right? But you
Mhm.
tell a geriatric to play casino games without big flashing lights, and they get a little pissy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm.
pass, what?
What?
That
Patch's slot took
Oh,
over.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of like gambling now. It's just, I mean,
I
it's
mean,
always kind of
gambling now
been
has titties
yeah, it's always been
and ice
loud and
creams.
obnoxious, but now it's loud and obnoxious and even getting more like impersonal now. Especially now if you go to some of the lower end casinos. Oh, yeah, we have craps. Yeah, it's like one screen and a bunch of people sitting around. Yeah, it's all really like it is not. It's no good. It's just no good.
But I tell
It's
you,
not fun.
leaving the Blue Man Group stoned out of my gourd, and then having to walk from the Luxor back to my hotel room in the Excalibur by myself, and having to go through 2 casino floors to do so, that was an interesting experience.
I'm sure it was.
But I
Yeah,
made it back safe and okay.
you did. I was a little worried. I was a little worried. Like, are you sure you're gonna be okay making it back? Because you are definitely feeling fun right now.
I was
So
feeling
okay,
fun.
but
It was
yeah,
a good time.
yeah.
It was a good
Someone's
time.
frosty. Someone's frosty after seeing the Blue Man Group.
Hey, it's
Yeah,
a
he
great
was
show.
definitely.
It was a
Yeah,
great
it
show.
was. It really
Oh
was.
God,
Yeah.
when the big thing happens at the climax of the show, like I
Hmm.
was just like, ah. And then there was one bit
Yeah.
they did that I don't know if you remember, but I was laughing so hard
I
I
mean,
thought my lungs were gonna collapse.
the whole show was just really good. It was hard to remember, honestly.
So good, so
Yeah.
good. Highly recommend,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
on drugs.
Oh
That's
God,
what
yeah.
you can't recommend people to be on drugs for
If it's
things
legal
on
where you
Twitch.
are, I recommend going onto it on drugs if it is legal where you
There
are,
you go.
which it
Yeah.
is where I am.
Hmm.
This it was enjoyed on substances 100% legally. So
Yep.
we do not endorse illegal drug use.
Of course not. No. No.
I
Except meth. Do lots of meth.
Oh God.
got any
Nothing
crack?
can go wrong.
Oh meth. Meth.
Man, what's the line? It's literally there's a line in it. It's like something about how everyone just wants to keep you drunk, and there's every effort to make that happen when you're in Vegas or whatnot.
Not
It's just
anymore.
like not anymore. It's not.
I want to say there was something like that when he was talking about Ginger and how she was, she would run scams on people.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's
I
right.
liked the whole
Yeah.
montage of Ginger running scams on people, and I was kind of, I mean, like I was kind of hoping that there'd be some sort of like heist at the end of this, where they're using Joe
Yeah.
Pesci and where they're using Nikki and Ginger's
Yeah.
skills to like pull off the heist. And I did think it was kind of interesting, the relationship between Ginger and Nikki, how it just starts out,
cheating?
hey, we're just friends. I'm gonna help
Mhm.
you out. You're my you're my best friend's wife. I'm gonna help you get out of this. And then they cross the
Yeah.
line and things.
Yeah.
That's I mean, it's an unspoken rule in every society, but it's especially an unspoken rule in a bunch of Italians playing Catholic. You know, you don't sleep with
Mhm.
another man's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
that's the big
Yeah.
no. You can have a wife and have your guma on the side, but your guma better not be someone else's wife.
yeah,
You don't mow another man's lawn.
yep.
Mm-mm. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, look, there are very loose, vague moralities surrounding this mob, but the one solid, concrete rule is don't fuck someone else's wife. That's
Mhm.
it.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure "Don't fuck over the boss" is also on that list.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
Yeah.
I don't feel like that needs to be stated. I feel like that's just inherent in the job.
That's
It
true.
shouldn't have to be, but we've seen enough movies to know it's not really inherent in the job.
If I was in a mob, I would be the best henchman. I would not try to fuck the mob boss's wife and then steal all of his money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. You have
Very
more
low
of us.
bar, I
I-
know,
yeah.
but
I don't
would
think
be
I would
clearing
make
that
for a
shit.
very good mobster.
Because you're gonna fuck someone's wife and steal money.
Okay, one, nobody wants to fuck me. Two, I'm not violent, and three, it's like I'm smart, but I'm not good at math. So wouldn't be able to cook the books.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd make a good mobster.
You basically just have to do run numbers and stuff. Just do
But I'm not a good number runner.
You don't have to cook the book. You just have to make the tree that it's written on. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just don't think I'd be a good mobster.
That's
Also,
okay.
the whole moral code and ethics and stuff like that.
Yeah, look at the hat. It's fine.
I'm a Corvid. We barely got those.
Yeah, so look at my hat. That's all you need to know about this. It's fine.
There's no such thing as ethical consumption under capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do like how this movie did kind of a switcheroo. Where you're like, oh, so this movie ends with Ace getting blown up in the car, and that's his end. And then, like 2/3 of the way through the movie, you're like, oh, he survives that because there's apparently a big metal plate under that type of car.
Yep, that car specifically has a giant metal plate.
Yep, and also the bomber put it in the wrong spot.
Ralph Lupine, I have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was joking when I said nobody wants to fuck me. I was joking. He's joking.
Don't worry. Don't worry. This Corvid
fucks.
Corvid Fox.
I bumped
hard.
cloacas.
Oh God.
Don't fucking say that on stream.
Holy shit. Oh, we're gonna
We
have
out
to
here
make
bumping cloacas.
we're gonna have to make that a
Do
clip
you
here
know
on
any
Discord.
other way to do it?
Yeah, you just come on the egg. What, bud? What are you doing? You don't even have to touch cloaca. You just right there on the egg.
What,
Easy
lady legs an egg and you just squirt over it?
Yeah, easy
Yeah,
peasy.
Don't think that's how birdsuck works.
You just cop a squat. Yeah, it's fine.
You're not a fish. Yeah, exactly. That's how fish do it.
That's why I don't drink water.
I can see some problems and why certain things had not been happening in my previous time in life. I understand now I was doing something inherently wrong.
Well, at least now you know.
Fish don't fuck. They have bukkake parties. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, so there's no such thing as a fish, so
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
the birds and the bees. We had the humans and the bees, and let me tell you, that conversation made no sense at all. Why did the bees keep giving up their honey? I mean,
I don't know.
If I was working my ass off and someone came along and skimmed 80% of my labor, I'd be fucking stinging them every time I saw them.
We should try it in real life.
Anyway,
too,
I have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God. So Bentai, okay, question.
Okay.
Why choose this movie? Like obviously we've complained about the length of it.
Yeah.
And if you tell me that it's the length of it, I think we have legal rights to like boot you from this conversation right now.
No. This was one of the movies that was shot in about, like here in Las Vegas. The 90s, there was a big uptick in Hollywood making movies in and about Vegas. We had Ocean 11 reboot, we have Casino, Mars Attacks, was it Leaving Las Vegas? It go on and on and on. But this movie in particular, it was based on real life stuff. Frankie Rosenthal and the mob in Las Vegas, and it was all shot entirely in the valley. Like every scene you see here was shot in town. There were some composite shots, but everything was done in town. Like the Tangiers was it was based on the Stardust Casino, which was owned by mobsters via the Teamsters Union back in the day. But the interior shots were all done at the Riviera. They used the landmark as a front entrance. In the establishing shot, it was where kind of the MGM Bally's is on Flamingo and the Strip. And the logo is kind of like a Aladdin, Sahans, and Sahara combination. But like everything.
Definitely got this, with the definitely seemed to be going with the Middle Eastern theme.
Yeah. Like every shot was done here. Like when they have the establishing shots of like that mobster place back east, that was shot next door to the Atomic Liquors in downtown Las Vegas. Like everything was done. Like when they had that Idle Spurs place, the backdrop was Sunrise Mountain on the east side of the valley. It was all done here in town. And so
Didn't even want to go to Kansas City.
They didn't want it. No, why bother? But
who wants to go to Kansas City? Let's be real.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I went there once. It was okay. It had good barbecue at least.
I've been to Kansas City.
Yeah.
I thought Kansas City was a lovely town.
Yeah, it really is. It's quite nice.
Okay.
But the big thing. Yeah. But like for this one, for me being a Las Vegas local, just seeing this kind of a quasi time capsule of my town is always very cool to see something like. So I really kind of dug it, and just and plus also like I know we didn't hit you guys there when we were here for TwitchCon a couple of years ago, but like some of the early scenes with Ginger and Sam were actually set at a lounge here on the strip called the Pepper Mill. And apparently, it was so popular with the staff that they would hang out there like on the weekends after the shooting. They would hang out at the Pepper Mill Lounge constantly. Yeah, so like it's just one of those big nerdy Vegas films for locals, I guess. So yeah.
Is it a parking lot now?
No. The Riviera is now a parking lot / convention center space. The Pepper Mill still exists. The Stardust, I think, is now empty land, or they built that shitty orange-haired jackass's presidential tower on it. One of those, something like that.
Which is kind of funny because he's not allowed to have a casino in it.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah. Yeah, that shot right there. The background was the east side of town there. So yeah, it's all just. Like,
that little one. I thought you were talking about the grocery store in Kansas City.
Oh no, the grocery store. That's the one that was a combination of the Atomic Liquors and downtown, which I think might be that one right there as well, I believe. Oh, the one, yeah, that one is that was Main Street Station, which actually used to actually have a Tony Roma's there, but originally, where actually happened in real life, it became a Tony Roma's, and it became Emery Callender's. Now it's closed down and flattened out because they ran out of business. But yeah, like literally, most stuff you saw happen in this movie, to some degree, happened in real life. It may have been a bit, played up for the movie, but yeah, like that's kind of why they mentioned in some of the reviews, it's very much an A to B. This is just how things happened kind of film, because that's just how things kind of happen.
Yeah. Now it's like Disneyland for adults.
Mm-hmm. And also to mention, to go on, one more thing about the weirdness, like the court scenes, again, happened in an old courtroom downtown. The reporters on the TV stuff were also reporters in town in the 90s. But yeah, they used everybody in town. It was ridiculous.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
From a movie standpoint, that really adds some, like, I guess, legitimacy to it.
Yeah. They made sure to hire people when they could. Like, and that was it, man. There was almost nobody from Hollywood other than the main stars. Everybody else were extras here in town.
But I like how when you were mentioning it during the film, when we were watching, that the only thing that was not authentic and not shot in the actual room and was a set built was the money counting rooms.
Yep. Because they couldn't.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. They're not, what casino in their right mind would allow filming in their counting room?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, can we borrow your most used and heavily guarded and secret room in the entire building?
Please, come right on in. Yeah.
Well, damn, Jackie.
Yeah. But it was...
It's... I can appreciate that, why you chose it. However, I would ask next time you choose a movie, please not something that's 3 hours.
Don't worry, I'll choose something a bit shorter next time. I have my list.
I've created a rule: no one's allowed to choose a long movie twice in a row.
Yeah, don't worry. The rest of my lists are, I think, about 1.5 hours, 2 hours max. We're fine. This was like that one big epic set piece movie I think I have on my list.
90 to 120 minutes is perfect for a film.
Yeah.
Perfect film length, as long as it's like a self-contained film. Anything more than that, it's
No, I don't. Well, I mean, I do have some quasi sequels, but they're still kind of self-contained anyway. It's fine. Yeah. Like Ocean's 11 and 12, 13. They're all basically self-contained. Honestly, you don't really have to have them in order or anything.
You don't need. Yeah. They're not.
You have to watch 8 first. I wonder when 9 and 10 are coming out.
I don't know.
Oh
wait, didn't they do an Ocean's 9 that was a sequel to Ocean's 8?
No. Ocean 7 got eaten by Ocean 9 got eaten by Ocean 7.
Just 7, 8, 9. Right, got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Also, another thing I mentioned.
Be comedy.
It is. Yeah. What else I should probably mention? Sam's and even Nikki's lawyer, it's one of those lawyer scenes, was Oscar Goodman, who actually became the Vegas mayor in '99.
Really?
Yes, yeah, he was an actual real life lawyer who actually defended a number of actual mobsters here in Las Vegas. And in '99, he was elected mayor of Las Vegas.
Wow.
And I think even his wife got elected mayor, I think, a little while back as well. So yeah, Vegas, baby, Vegas.
Vegas, actually, Paradise, baby.
Yeah. Well, no. Paradise is, well, yeah. Well, I guess we want to get into nuts and bolts. The strip itself is Paradise. It's not actually part of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
They actually paid off the county to make their own unincorporated town called Paradise to avoid paying taxes to Las Vegas. Because, yeah, downtown is Vegas.
That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
a weird fucking town I live in, man.
It's a weird fucking town. Oh, so we have a bunch of resorts that people like to frequently visit that are all in a straight line, and at the end of one of that straight line is an airport. Should we have like a light rail that goes between all of them? Nah.
No. Man, they've been trying that one for at least 40 or 50 years to make a light rail to happen. And really, now it's probably happening because we have people owning most of the strip casinos now. But back in the day, nobody wanted to risk giving up their tourists or visitors. They didn't
want to have people. It's like, oh, you're staying with us, but you're going to gamble with them. We don't want
exactly.
That. We want
exactly.
you to stay here.
Yeah.
Is why when I went to Vegas, it's like I was staying at the Excalibur, but it was directly connected to Mandalay Bay and Luxor. So those were the three casinos I spent the most amount of time in.
Yeah, because they all were owned by the same company. So why not make them all together? They're all with the same pile anyway. But yeah,
there was a wonderful aquarium at Mandalay Bay.
There really was.
We should bring Dre there.
I'm
kidding. I know.
Why do you hate me, Twig? Why do you hate me?
Because you say my movie opinions are bad.
Wow.
They are. Objectively and subjectively.
Well, we'll get to the opinions later, but I think it's time to do something else.
I think so.
I think we should go over your predictions, Twig.
After Bird of the Day.
No, it's just time for Bird of the Day. No, I don't have a Bird of the Day prep. All right.
I mean, by the way, you're on a second here.
The predictions. De Niro's from out of town and sent in to do mob business. I think I got that one.
Yeah, I think so.
Because they were Chicago mobsters, and he was sent in to Vegas. Now, he was a gambling expert, but he wasn't from Vegas, right?
No.
No.
In real life, he actually escaped to the West because he was indicted for like murders and stuff back east, and he kind of fled to the West. Yeah.
Movie takes place over the course of many years. It certainly does. Certainly does. Sharon Stone is related to the mobsters in Vegas, and De Niro's loves. Well, I mean, yeah, De Niro love interest, but
they happen to have.
I was thinking that she would be like the daughter of a mob boss or something like that. So I got that wrong, but I got the love interest part right.
You did.
I'm still, in fairness, I'm gonna give myself a red because her being De Niro's love interest was too obvious and too known, and didn't really feel like a prediction. Like, what else could she be?
Yeah,
so I'm gonna give myself even though I got half of it right, the half that I got right is still the obvious part that isn't really a prediction. It's like it's an obvious thing. So rival crime family and a war breaks out. There were parts
but it wasn't a war. Yeah,
but it wasn't really the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those scenes that ends up with the rival crime family getting his head in a vice. I don't know. What do you think on this one? Is this red or yellow?
I think it's no, because it's not.
Honestly, I would go red because I mean, yeah, they're all crime families, but they weren't really like a part of. They were like.
I think, if I remember correctly, you were going more for a Romeo and Juliet kind of vibe with the war, right? Where there's a war and the love story is kind of a backdrop to it.
Yeah.
And it gets its own spotlight eventually, but it's not. It's not something that hinders the plot completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's like putting
not hinders, drives it. It doesn't drive the plot. Sorry.
Yeah. It's putting bacon bits on the potato. It's nice, but it's not really the core reason why you're there.
Yeah, that's the butter.
Yeah, it is.
And the cheese. Anyway.
And the cheese.
Obviously, number 4 is wrong. So is number 5 because number 5 hinges on number 4. And the government getting involved really had nothing to do with violence. Like, my prediction was that there's a big instance of violence that makes the city have to crack down, and nothing like that ever happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you want to count the county commissioner being corrupt and.
But that's not really a battle, and the government's.
It wasn't being like,
that's
yeah.
not what my prediction was.
No.
Yeah.
But hey, got this obvious one right.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
Wow. Consequences of the actions come back to haunt.
Yeah, and then De Niro's character is arrested. Nope, never happens.
Nope.
Never happens. So,
I mean, technically speaking, you still, if you were to give that third one a half point, you would have gotten above on this one.
I would have been at exactly 50%,
yeah.
but
yeah,
but you went to 7. You reached for the stars.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Sometimes you gamble and you lose.
Yeah.
Let's go gambling.
Let's go gambling.
You keep gambling long enough,
dang
you lose
it.
everything.
Hey, when I went to
prove.
TwitchCon in 2023, I made more money gambling than I lost. So
Yeah, I think
that's always good. I mean, it was $1, but it's still good.
No,
I mean,
I think I was
made
up like
big money
300. I think I made like $350. Part
Yeah,
of it
hell,
was that I had like the best hand of the hour at the poker table, which was a $200 bonus.
Nice.
I played craps 4 times and only lost one of those times, but I think I still ended up slightly ahead. I ended up about $60 ahead playing blackjack. It was.
Yeah, I won you money playing craps.
Yeah,
pretty sure I
yeah.
did.
When you, me, and Cannon Fodder played together, we all won. Well, that's the
thing
thing is
with
with craps.
like
Here's the interesting thing with craps is typically everybody at the table wins or everybody at the table loses.
Yeah.
Unless there's people making like those weird side bets. Those people just always lose.
Yeah.
Do they do Balatro? What is Balatro?
It's like
Do you like roguelites?
Yeah.
Do you like poker?
Yeah.
Do you think the two could ever mix?
No. But
well,
maybe
you're wrong.
I'll give it maybe I gotta give it a try.
Well, you're wrong.
Maybe I gotta give it a try.
I mean, isn't poker a roguelike anyway? I mean, every hand's a different hand.
It's true. And you got to learn good strategies to.
Yeah.
You're still going to lose a lot,
where
but
you get a shuffled hand or deck is a roguelike. Sure. Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's the predictions. A failure, but we tried.
I mean, it's to be expected. It's a long movie. There's a lot that goes on in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you were taking jabs at overarching plots.
Yeah, I thought this movie would have more of a plot than it actually did.
Yeah, not quite. It's more of just like reading an article in the newspaper about how things went. It's just which is fine.
It's fine. All right, I guess that only leaves one more thing.
How did you like this movie?
Ooh, I have a feeling that it's gonna probably.
I have a feeling I know where it's gonna go.
Yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait.
I don't think it's painful.
I uploaded the thing to the template and it's no longer there.
Oh no!
I don't have the thing. Like I know I logged in and I uploaded it and it's not on here. Okay. It's okay. I can work with this. Because we already have the movie poster, so all we have to do is shrink it down, and then I just move it. And whoa, what am I doing?
Wow, what are you doing?
I just got to move it in OBS.
That'll do for now. That's fine. Yeah.
That'll do for now. We'll put it there, and then I'll get it in the proper place.
Yeah.
So, it's not here.
Yeah.
It's not here.
Yeah.
It's not here. It's not here. So it's in one of these two. And this movie has been about as close to 50% of did I like it or did I not like it of any movie.
Ooh.
Because here's the thing. I appreciate a lot about this movie. I like the characters. I thought the acting was great. The cinematography was great. But it was so long. And I felt like I wanted, I know it was, based off of a true story, but, I guess I would have liked a little bit more of, an overarching plot with the rising action, falling action, all the cliches, which I know that's not Scorsese's things. So it's like, this is a good movie. And I think, is it worth watching once, or do I think that, I could pass on it? And before we even started talking today, I didn't know where I was going to put it. And right now, I'm still not entirely sure I do. But I think I am going to give this one a pass and say yes. I'm glad I watched it.
All right, yeah.
And I think it's worth watching once.
I was half expecting you to create a seventh category called "It's a Gamble."
It's a gamble.
Oh my God.
But yes,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say yep, yes. I do think this. I'm glad I watched this. I think it's good, but I think it's at the very bottom of that tier. It's right on the line there, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's right
that's,
on the line.
that's
for
about
sure.
where I would settle on it too, to be honest.
That's solid.
But
That's very solid. Yeah.
unless you're that kind of like that genre of movie enjoyer, it's not a movie you're gonna go back to willingly, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Or you're like me, and you're just a twisted local who just wants to watch that stuff. Yeah.
That's the only reason I like the movie Fargo.
Oh.
Actually, it's not.
Yeah.
I love that movie for many reasons. Love the Coen brothers. Hey, there's a few Coen brothers that are on my missing list that I want to see, like Barton Fink, and
I haven't watched Martin Fink.
I mean, I've seen their big ones.
I don't think I've even heard of that one, Barton Fink.
Yeah.
It's the movie that I think was it was either immediately before or after Raising Arizona.
Yeah, I don't no knowledge, no recollection.
It stars John Goodman, so
I mean, it's got to be good if John Goodman's in it.
I love John
hope so,
Goodman.
yeah.
John Goodman's great.
Yeah, good actor.
Yeah.
But
If you haven't seen The
That's for
Righteous
Neither
Gemstones,
Here.
check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie too.
It's not
That's
a movie,
for
it's a
Neither.
TV show.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Basically a movie when you think about it. I don't know. I mean, that's for neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Right? That's a conversation we're gonna have to wait till to have when we watch the movie.
Yeah.
And next up, I don't know what we have planned next, because next week is I have other plans going on. So we can't schedule it because we haven't confirmed it with anyone yet. But I think the next movie we're gonna try for, we don't know, do we?
We don't know.
We don't know.
Next week,
Yeah.
since Dre is out, we will be having episodes of Corvid's Creepers and Conspiracies. And we're going to be joined by Lilith Knox, Luna Miura, and Millie Mizuwame, which, I mean, just fuck, I can just sit there and not say a goddamn thing, and it's going to be a great
Dude,
episode.
Seriously, they'll carry that show.
And then, so hopefully we'll have an episode in 2 weeks. We don't know what it's going to be or who the guest is going to be yet, but we've got people on the docket, and hopefully
We have people on the docket for months.
and besides, we pretty much always have Bentai and Usu.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And Bon available. So
You know, I got a huge list. You've seen it.
you got a list.
Yeah.
I'm checking it twice.
You know it.
All right. Also, new logo. We love the new logo. Love the new logo.
Great logo. It really is.
Great new logo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's got both of us on it.
Yeah.
You
Indeed.
turning your back to me with a smug, tightly.
I don't like this bird. Its smug aura mocks me.
It's amazing how that silhouette looks a little smug.
A little bit. Yeah, I can.
It
Yeah.
carries itself. It's carrying it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Both of those from photos I took myself.
Ooh,
Oh
nice.
yeah.
Wow.
Where'd you
Anyway,
get a photo of a raven.
it's not a raven.
I mean,
It's
wait,
slightly
did he have
edited though to be raven-like.
Okay.
It's a crow that I slightly edited the beak to be more raven.
I know where you live.
did he say something? It's all quiet now.
I said nothing. I said absolutely nothing. Okay.
Okay, you got it.
Yeah, we said yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah, thanks Bentai for coming on. You got anything you want to plug?
Not really. No, I'll be streaming probably on Tuesday. You know, more World of Warcraft stuff. I might try streaming Wreckfest. I got it recently on the Steam sale.
Oh, we got to drink some water.
Drink some water. All right. Well, I'll drink some water. Well, I'll do it after stream because Anyway, but yeah, nothing else really going on so far. And yeah, just happy to be on the show. And next time a movie won't be quite 3 hours long. I promise.
All right. Well, we thank you all for watching. If you watch this on YouTube, please hit that like button and also subscribe button, and also let us know what you thought in the comments, because all those things help. And
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
And if you're watching this on Twitch and you haven't subscribed to me, then I'm kind of confused. Well, not subscribed, I mean followed. Subscribe
Yeah,
on
don't
subscribe
subscribe
on
now.
Twitch means something different than subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah. Why aren't you following here? That's the confusing part.
Yeah, follow Dre Frig and Bentai as well.
Yeah, we're
But again, I'm
around.
pretty sure everybody watching right now does already anyway.
Probably. You never know. You never know, though.
You never know.
Yeah, all it takes is the right person to come on. This is kind of cool, and that's it. All of a sudden, now you're huge.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Give it a big I held my breath for too long and then started scatting and then